August 6, Year 2, Day 141. I'm still working on the new Gambeson, but I also want to explore the route east to the treasure Timaf told me about. But tonight, I do what I do most nights. I smith. Tonight I'll make some steel tools to have replacements ready for me. Steel shears should last a long time. I'll also be stockpiling steel arrows for my journey east. They're time consuming to make, but valuable to have. For future-proofing, I'll also upgrade my pulverizer to have steel caps. I'll need steel caps to crush titanium or for chromium. And last but not least, also for the future, I'll make a steel cleaver. It's basically a butchering knife. This is for when I have 3rd generation livestock and is a tool to instantly sacrifice the animal. Oh, there's the old iron caps. I made new posts thinking they were stuck on. It's no worries, I can add these steel ones on now. There we go, steel caps. We're ready for anything now. My pigs are still only in their 2nd generation. What I want to do in this episode, if possible, is capture some sheep or goats. I can then milk those animals, allowing me to add dairy to my diet. A diverse diet increases my maximum health, and dairy is the only nutrition that I currently lack. The reed baskets can be used to capture sheep or goat offspring. I remember seeing goats in the North Chert Desert, so that's where I begin my search. I'll try to avoid that bear if I can. I think they typically like the high ground. Eventually I found a goat. It was an adult. What I might do is make a makeshift pen to try and capture it. In the end, I did not manage to capture that goat. Not that day, at least. The The next day I did manage to get some gold and silver from the translocator cave. If I'm going to be getting goats, I'll need to build more enclosures. For the rest of the night, I did some panning with the bony soil that I had. The storms were back. It was a good thing I built that lightning rod. I tried to see if I could get a glimpse of lightning striking it, but I didn't manage to see it. The thunderstorm set the stage for what happened next. Another book. Diet of Kings, Part 1 of 1. Scribe's Notes, 1318. Master Jonas Falx, please come forth. The lords and ladies rose when he entered the room. Even the kings gave him small gestures of welcome. He walked to the centre of the court, his attendants behind him bearing a great collection of drafts. My lords, as I'm sure you're aware, we face a nightmarish threat. This disease, or plague as it has been called, is not overly complex. Neither is it beyond our vision. It is, quite simply, desolation made manifest. Here his attendant began laying out a number of medical diagrams upon the floor. Master Falx issued from one parchment to the next, gesturing as he went. It rots the body in its entirety. It begins externally with numbness and darkened skin, proceeding further into the ligaments. The victim may lose control of their entire limbs. Eventually, the flesh sloughs off in small heaps. By this time, the victim has likely entered a cataleptic state. This may as well be a blessing for them. The rot will have overtaken their eyes and ears now, depriving them of their senses. Arriving at the last parchment, he paused and gazed upon it. Many of the gathered assembly also leaned forward to see the image more clearly. From the scribe's desk, it appeared only to be a drooping mass of charcoal smearings. This is all that remains of the poor souls. In the final stages, the rot consumes the mind and the whole body, leaving nothing left of distinction. Here His Majesty, the King of Undland, interjected. Is there truly no method of treating this malady? What preventions are available to us? No preventions, Your Grace, save total isolation from the populace. Even such a drastic method as that will only last until the food supply is infected. As for treatments, I have found none. Perhaps some of my betters from the Academy have made progress, but judging by their silence, I think not. He paused again, and here, and cleared his throat. It is a certain death. However, I stand here now to offer you a better fate. Well, that was heavy reading, but it might have gave me some answers as to what's going on. I then find another book. How joyous. Return, Part 1. I woke up in the dark, everything dark, everything painful, every breath is agony. Waiting changed nothing. I started crawling. I couldn't keep track of how long. Weeks, months maybe. All the tunnels had changed. Not that I could remember the way up anymore. I'd feel my way forward, finding dead end after dead end, digging with my hands when I could. Hearing the other things down there with me. Eventually I found my way out. Everything changed. Green again, brown and red and blue again. Life returned. I could finally look at myself. Everything still hurt. I was broken. Flesh half gone. Joints missing. No leg. I can't remember what happened after the black sick reached my head. I think that's enough reading for a while. Gotcha. It was a female Angora goat. I tried to rope it, but it was too wild. What I can do is try to breed it with a male and then capture the offspring in a basket to be able to be moved to my homestead. Now I just need to find a male. Another batch of steel finishes. I begin to plan my route east. The pear tree that I found before is now ready to harvest, which is a good long-term fruit source. It lasts about 10 times longer than berries in storage. On the way back I find a pink apple tree is ready for harvest too. I have lots of fruit and berries. I might need another storage vessel down here. At this time of year, I almost live off juice. I have 5 jugs with 3 litres of juice in each that I fill at the start of each day. Another goat. The pen is up ahead if I can just chase it in the right direction. Got it. I also have a ram in there now. I don't know if they'll breed unless they are the same species. It's a male goat at least, and the female is ready to mate, so hopefully this works. And my trap has been set off. Rams like to casually headbutt you. Empty. I was hoping that there would be a cub that found its way into it, but Doesn't seem to be so... Oh, there he goes again. I'll use some of the gold and silver I collected to make more black bronze spears. Black bronze is generally the best spear you can make. I'll make 5 spears, which should last me a while. I'm going to experiment with arrow slits for fighting in the caves. Pretty simple concept. I chisel a hole in the block so I can shoot arrows through it, but nothing can climb through the gap to get me. I can also decorate it and make it look quite nice as well. Unfortunately, it kept placing the wrong way. My strategies were just not working. Anyway, I have other objectives that I want to focus on. One such objective is getting the Gambeson finished, which is going to require some flax. The wind has become still, which probably brings my work here to an end. Still, I got my spears made and a bunch of steel has been cleaned. temporal storm was on the way, so I went to my usual defence position. Eventually, it came. It was pretty uneventful. I really need to devise a more productive way to deal with temporal storms. I find some surface copper and begin to mine it. Soon after I'm mining, I actually find some borax, which is exactly what I've been looking for leather making. I'll get some grinding straight away. Well, I've not enough blue dye for all of it, but this'll do. A steel scythe should last a long time. I should make a spare bow as well. My other one's getting a bit old. Ah no, he's ran into the cave. Well, I'm not going in there to get him out. I have a sneaking suspicion that these two are not going to breed. I don't think they're the same species is the problem. So that should be the tailored Gambeson trousers done. I'm just waiting now on the headgear, which is... I'm waiting on some more blue dye in a barrel. Okay, I just need 2 more pieces of blue cloth and I'm done. Well, I have 3. I now have the blue tailored Gambeson of Undland. Glorious. I had forgotten that there was a pear tree here, so some free pears. A bear. Somewhere. Ah, there you are. Trapped. Just the way I like it. Oh wow, it goes crazy. It was about time that I got this path east planned. I would eventually learn that the treasure location was very, very, very far to the east. It got late and I eventually had to head home. Tonight, I mine for iron once more. My current stocks are low and it's time to replenish. Well, that should last me a while. By the end of the day, another batch of steel was ready. I now had quite a stockpile of steel growing. The piglets had grown up and now I had an opportunity to cull off the first generations. This resulted in a lot of red meat. Another day was spent building a path into the east. Still so very far to go. I soon ran out of path. I would explore ahead and see what the best path around this mountain might be. Screw this, I should find a better route. Eventually I had to start heading home, but at least I found a yellow apple tree on the way back. I took 3 cuttings from the apple tree. I'll plant them in the spring next year. I will need a lot of paths to make the east a bit more pathable. At least I have plenty of wood for making charcoal. Tonight, perhaps I should make a few more steel tools and more arrows. Ignore the hole, that was an accident. Another busy night shift done. I need to start paying myself more than just a little bit of juice. In the morning I make an early start, pathing the east some more. There it is, my new nemesis. I might call it Ben Nemesis. Ben is a Scottish Gaelic word for mountain. I don't speak Gaelic, but our mountains are typically called Ben. I'll search the north route this time, as this is looking promising. Cornflower, that's handy for the blue dye. Simply mountains everywhere. A very big snowy mountain over there. This terrain is difficult to move across quickly. I want to build a small base on the route east, but I'm not sure if this is the spot. It was time to head back. Travelling east was a greater journey than I anticipated. It could take days to get to the treasure location Timaf told me about, known as the Resonance Archives. To do that journey, I likely would want the best backpack I could make. To make that, I would need chromite. I could use my mining tunnel to try and find some. So there's chromite down there, but I've dug to about here. So I need to go double the length almost to what I've dug already. I think I can do it. But tonight, I'll be making steel arrows. A steel arrow can inflict, depending on the bow, around 5.5 to 6.5 damage. I plan to take 100 arrows with me, just in case. Steel arrows only have a 7% chance to break, so the investment makes sense. So I have 63, I'll need a few more. Let's go test them out now. Definitely more powerful. My pigs have been culled and I'm almost at generation 3, which is when I'll be able to use the cleaver. To build more paths, I'm going to need to get more soil. Anyway, I don't want to waste any time in looking for chromite. It can be a difficult ore to find. Chromite can only be found deep underground, deeper than I've ever gone before. Traces of chromite. Chromium. I had found tons of this stuff. This should last me a good long while. To use the chromium in making sturdy leather, which I use to make the backpack, I would need to first pulverise it. Good thing I added those steel pulverising caps. Sturdy leather is pretty complicated, but let's work backwards. Chromium hide is what we use to make sturdy leather. To make a chromium hide, you can cook a borax treated hide in chromium sulfate. I can only use large or huge hides for the chromium tannin, and huge is twice as good. To make the chromium sulfate, I need to mix sulfuric acid and crushed chromium in a pot and cook it. To make the sulfuric acid, I need to mix water, saltpeter and crushed sulfur in a pot. The last part is simple but worth knowing. It's just to cook the chromium hide with beeswax. You can see here that a huge hide gives double the amount of sturdy leather, yet it's the same cost in terms of sulfur and chromium. A sturdy leather backpack will grant me 2 extra slots per bag, giving me a total of 8 extra slots when I have 4 sturdy backpacks. I don't have any huge hides just now, but I can make the chromium sulfate just now and keep it in a barrel. So the first step water, saltpeter, powdered sulfur, and I can make 6 layers at a time. This makes me sulfuric acid. For the chromium sulfate, I take the sulfuric acid and combine it with crushed chromite. My 6 layers of sulfuric acid can be turned into 3 layers of chromium sulfate. Just grab my crushed chromium. So I just split the sulfuric acid and add the crushed chromium. There we go, 3 layers of chromium sulfate ready to be combined with a borax treated hide. I'll need quite a lot more than just 3 layers, so it's going to be a busy night. Well, all I could get done was 12 layers. The bottleneck will eventually be saltpeter. That can only be found in caves. That's saltpeter here. I just need to quickly get myself some defences from the terrors that live down here. Oh, there's one now. A nightmare drifter. It's no wonder I struggle to control this cave. More of them. All like that for just a little bit of this white saltpeter. All I could find was a few crumbs. This place is empty now. must have accidentally depopulated my bees completely. You always have to leave one hive to populate the others. But now they're all empty. Fortunately, I know of a way to get more. I caught a couple of wild piglets in my trap, but I just need to add some lanterns to these enclosures. Looks good. So I had chromium sulfate, but what I needed now was huge hides. Basically, I was on the prowl for a bear. But I didn't find a bear, just some surface copper. It was now mid-October, so this would probably be my last crops. "24 litres of chromium sulfate and another 3 litres cooking. Not bad." Today I've came back out north to check on the goats. Looks like we have a new adult. Good, he's male, and they're the same species. Not sure why they haven't mated already. It says the female is ready to mate, so they should. I'm also out here searching for bears, but nothing. I start taking a peek inside some caves. Another steel batch, ready. The winter was coming, and it was unlikely I was going to be able to travel east this year. The distance was too great. All I can do this year now is to prepare. Building a path through these mountains was almost hopeless. I would head home. I hadn't searched this cave yet, even though it was basically right next to my home, or just across the lake. There's a structure. Because it's not too deep, then it's not too dangerous. Still, there's a lot of places to get ambushed from. A dead end. No, I missed that on the way in. Oh, another translocator. Can you imagine the blessings if this will teleport me east? Need to clear up a bit first. Helmet. Broken, but I can repair it. Okay, here we go. Damn, it's north. It's definitely interesting, but it's not going to get me into the east. The Blackguard helmet is a good find. I should repair that when I get a chance. I have a growing amount of these musical cylinders. May as well use these crates to store ore that I'm not using, like granite. I think I can use these iron plates here to fix it. Maybe this mountain goat needs to go to have the furry ones to be able to mate. Sorry, but 3 is company. I'll stock up on hay while the weather still allows for it, just in case I do get goats. Appears to be a goat stuck in the wall. Oh, run free. Hopefully he joins his friends. I decided to give him a little nudge in the right direction. Okay, now they have options amongst themselves. In memory of the mountain goat that had to be sacrificed. It's a whole lot more. I didn't forget about the blackguard helmet. I'll need to give it 1 chainmail and 1 plate to fix it. Still a bit busted, but I can fix that. Nice. I look like I've got a bin on my head. But at least it keeps my head safe. Time to get some walnuts. They grow up so fast. Now eat and get fat so I can eat you later. I'm probably due for another temporal storm and I want to make a storm bunker before it comes. I'll need a lot of trapdoors. Probably need to make more. It was good progress for a single day. The idea of a storm bunker is a place for me to hide during a temporal storm. I should be safe inside when it's fully built, and I can fight back from inside. You'll see. For now, I can take a rest and finish tomorrow. "42 steel ingots. Glorious. And spare tools at the ready. I want to make the shelter look a bit nicer. I'll stick with granite gravel and granite sand. Damn, a heavy temporal storm is approaching now. Intense, but it's done. Let's just pray that it works. These trapdoors take up airspace, preventing the fiends from spawning inside. During a temporal storm, they can appear from thin air, and I was scheduled for a heavy one. Looks like I still have a little bit of leisure time. Well, here we go. Well, that wasn't perfect, but it went pretty well. I think I might need to make a few adjustments here and there, but other than that, this thing works. Very profitable doing it this way as well. I think I even got a Jonas part. Very nice. That'll come in handy one day. Well, the storm shelter worked, and I've got a better way to spend my temporal storms from here on. The journey east looks like something in the distant future, but we'll get there. And I'll get there with sturdy backpacks, hopefully, which I'll get over this winter. When the snow melts, I'll begin my journey. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.